We came up to the second tier with the main aim of making sure we didn't go straight back out of it. Concerningly, it looks like that may be the case. Welcome back. You can see it, and it's not the way we'd expect, but it's a possibility we may be straight out of this division, up into Bundesliga. I'm not a fan. I'm going to level. I don't think I'll be very happy if that happens. We'll pick up sweet, sweet £13 million if we win the league. But considering we've got about 5 players who are actually in our team and not on loan, it's not quite going to be enough for us to build a whole squad. So our best bet is get as high up the league as we can, stay in this league, and then get promoted next year. That's the plans. We've played quite a few games since you were last with us. Got a little bit of transfer business, and looking forward to seeing an old face coming back as well. But before we jump into that, if you're enjoying the series and you're looking forward to where we're going to go, hopefully not this season, do me the favour, like, subscribe, all that madness would be beautiful. If you give the bell a little slap as well, it will tell you as soon as videos are uploaded. We've played, as I said, a fair stack of games. So you were last with us for the games against Erzgebirge Aue and Schalke. Followed that up then with 2-1 win against Griff Firth, a 1-0 win against Nuremberg. We then had 3 successive 1-1 draws against Regensburg, St. Pauli and Kaiserslautern. Followed that then with a 1-0 win against Union Berlin. And in between this game and the next game, Moller picked up an injury, which was terrible, utterly terrible, because Hag went in goal and we lost 4-2. He's still in goal and we lost 2-1 against Osnabrück, who are not the best. And he's still in goal, to be fair, for our game against Ingolstadt when we won 3-1. But they are the worst team in the league, and they're still scored, which isn't the best. But we have Karlsruhe today, who are 14th, so they're just outside the relegation spot. And a little bit of transfer business to update you on. And if that all goes through too quick, then we'll have a little look at the Heidenheim game as well. So let's have a little look what we've been up to. Not a fat lot. We've only lost 2 players in January. Ramsey and Hoffman, just shy of 40k for the pair of them. They've both gone out. About 6.8k wages cleared up there as well, which is pretty good. And they were due to leave at the end of the season anyway. And I wasn't really in any interest to renew their contracts. We have had one player join us. Freddie Herrera from Novo Hamburgo. Yeah, I mean, I've never heard of him, but the player's decent. He's an 18-year-old Peruvian who's came in. He can play centre mid or right back. I'm not sure which one of the two. I'm considering giving him a go in this game on that Carolero role and seeing what he can do in there for us. But what I was saying about an old face coming to join us is that's the wrong one. Is still the wrong one. Is anytime now. There we go. Bertrand, Big Bert's coming back. He just is. He left us for about 800k in the 3rd tier, which was big for us at the time. We had a 50% sell on as well, which obviously we've signed him on a free contract, so we're not going to see anything from that. And more importantly, how we're not going to see anything from that is because I've already sold it. It went, I think, in summer for about $500,000. So we sold that. Happy days. And, I mean, just a bit funny, isn't it? We sold their clause. They wanted to sell him. They didn't sell him. We've nabbed him off. To play the game, we've got a little bit of a debate in goal, but we'll skip past that and we'll come back to it. So the back 5, we have Lampinen, Konstantinopoulos. I've dropped Mingozi back into the centre-back role. Senga and Schwartz completing that 5. Herrera, we have given that go at Carolero with Reibiger and Sekolov completing the midfield. I've also gone for a slight tweak. I've put a Mazzala on the outside and kind of just got rid of the advanced playmaker. Hopefully him loitering in this area, and then this guy should shuffle in here. We'll make the little triangle. And then we've got the other triangle about here, because Lampinen pushes up. So it's triangles. It's all about the triangles. And then to complete the team, we have Soliom and Touche. Regarding goalie, Moller isn't even back in full training yet. He's still 3 days away from that. I am considering putting Hag in goal. I know he's conceding goals left, right and centre. But considering we're in a position where we kind of don't want to be. We're too good for ourselves at the moment. Um, I am going to ease off. Let Moller not die, basically. So we still got both of his legs at the end of the season. And we'll give Hag a little bit more game time. We do have a fella out on loan who's doing all right. Old Roomsley. I was tempted to bring him back when Moller got injured because it's just over a month. But I thought it was best for us just to let him carry on doing what he does. And we'll give Hag a few games and then ignore him and let him rot on the bench again. Because, as I said before, it's not my player. I don't particularly care. In the nicest way possible. Corner out on the left for Karlsruhe. Puts it towards the near post. And I thought his name was Moonman then. Moorman heads it over. I do wish his name was Moonman instead. Lampinen has a throw. Puts it short to Solyom. Wasn't short at all, actually. It was quite a big throw. Right bigger. Back to Solyom. Nobody fancied it. Moonman's picked the ball up, though, and battered it up their wing. And good old Lampy's nodded it back for us. Ray Bigger through to Sekulov. Into Toucher. Is he going to get... No. He's really gone off the boil. I'm a little bit upset. I did try and sell him as well, because he's about 31 now, and his value is only dropping. So hopefully we can get him a handful of goals this year, and see if someone wants to pick him up. His contract's due to expire at the end of next year. Schwartz just runs over and just plows through their guy, which I'm a big fan of. Lampinen again with the throw. He doesn't make his teammate that time. Twice. Impressive. Sigurdsson, Stamenic, and I don't know how to say that. Pacencia? Mingozi plays short to Herrera. Solyom through towards Toucher. And a brilliant block by their wasn't goalie, centre back. Also, they both just stood there and watched it roll very slowly out of play. Definitely could have kept it in. Lampinen with the free kick. It's definitely a corner. And Stamenic heads it away. 3 subs. Gone with the 3 subs. 70 minutes. We've bought off Sekulov, Toucher, and Schwartz for Alantoft, Hoffman, and Matanovic. I've made a slight little tweak as well. I've tried to play out wide and kick the tempo up slightly. Slightly conflicted with this whole season. Obviously, we're not expecting to get promoted. Not planning to get promoted. Kind of hoping I don't get promoted. But also, I don't like losing games. So I'm annoyed at the moment that I'm not winning this game. Because, I mean, look at the stats. But also, kind of don't want to win it. So I'm conflicted upon myself, which isn't the best. We're going to drop some encouragement on the boys again. We're just having a decent game. We're just not doing anything with it. I'm keeping an eye on this. And hoping, because we've got a lot of the ball through the middle, I'm hoping if we focus it a little bit outside, it will spread that out a little bit. But they just seem to be just sat, just chilling, very narrow. And it seems to have done the job for them, to be fair. I mean, we'll take it. We move. What should we do? Sympathise wasn't one of those days. Definitely was one of those days. Has moved us up to 3rd place. I'm not going to run in and jump for another game. We're just going to have a little talk where we are, what we've been doing, etc. But as I say, we've lost 6, so it's not like we're having a pretty really real strong season. We're just doing all right. But no one else is doing particularly well either. St. Pauli have got 10 draws from 23, which is daft. Lampinen and Moller still up there with the average ratings. Lampinen with the assists. And Moller's up there with the clean sheets as well, which is impressive. He's so high up, considering he hasn't got as many clean sheets. He has missed a bunch of games, to be fair. Let's put it down to that. And player of the matches, we've got Sekulov up there, because he's a bit good. We are still, if we look at the season preview, one of the favourites to get relegated. We don't have anyone in the Dream 11 anymore. I'm sure the right back was in there at one point, but that's gone. Freiburg are only 2-1 on now, because theirs was horrific before. And have a little look at the team performance. So, as we know, our little pass map, these are our little triangles we're talking about. Want to make sure they stay there. We drop Mingozi in because he's a little bit more aggressive, and that's kind of like a weird 4-point triangle, which isn't a thing, but I'm sure you'll get over it. And if we look at XG, we're not even like, do you know what we are? We are vastly overperforming. Goals-wise, we're pretty much hitting where we are. But goals against, we're expecting to have conceded 31.8. We've actually only conceded, 20, according to that. How much of that is down to the fact that Moller is actually incredibly good? I fear it may be quite a bit. Hence, again, another reason. Kind of don't want to get promoted because if he leaves us, we're a little bit screwed. But if we look at this, he's a leading player for our division. And I did look a few weeks ago before his injury, and he was a decent player for the Bundesliga teams. I've also been keeping my eye on a little bit the scouting things, obviously. There's a fella called Jordan Svetanovsky who looks just considerably better than Moller. He does. His wages are cheap. His compensation is nothing, and I can sign him on a free transfer. But if we go and try and give it a go, he says he wants to keep his options open, which is understandable because why would you sign yourself up to play for Duisburg when you can go and join, like, I don't know, someone good, Leipzig? Why not? But yeah, if we do get a chance to pick him up, I'm going to do just that. I think, to be fair, we'll leave it there. We did have our youth candidate thing come through. It's just crap. It just is. There isn't anything good. Hopefully, one of these centre backs that comes through is quite good. But by the looks of it, our best people coming through are wingers, which is utterly useless for us. We've got a few youngsters pottering about, but there's no one really that's kind of fantastic. We have Freddie Herrera that we bought in, Minton who we've bought in, Fluke who also we've bought in, but a player that's actually came through the academy. I think our best one is probably that Newwaller, whatever this guy's stupid name, who's all right, and apparently his potential is going to increase. But at the age of 23, not really seeing it, to be honest. Can't see that happening. But yeah, from what I was saying, we've got a lot of guys in on loan, which isn't ideal, considering all they need to do is just not come back on loan. We're a little bit screwed. Our most valuable players, Runsley is ours, Sekulov, Hoffman, Moller, Konstantinopoulos, who was touted all in the media saying, oh, he's got a £1.5 million release clause. And I was like, oh no, don't meet that. Oh, please don't. No one did. It was an awful shame. Slight issue. More timing wise. The point where I'd want to come back is these two games because it splits it up, which is quite nice. Turns out they're the exact games that we played last episode. So I can come back here, which is in only 3 games' time, sorry. Or we can come back here, which is basically the end of the season. So I'm going to play on a little bit, and then I'll just stop, and we'll come back. I may very well come back for the end of the season. But yeah, I hope you're enjoying it, because I am enjoying it. I'm just very apprehensive as what's going to happen. But yeah, if you are, like, subscribe, all that madness, it'll be beautiful. There's some items over here, so you can carry on watching. And thank you very much for your time.